Good morning. Good morning, fathers of daughters. This is FMB Martin, and welcome to Grow Dad YouTube channel. We are here today for another live stream, fathers of daughters, Grow Dads. I welcome all fathers, regardless of your ethnic group, background, and or culture. Mi amigos, bienvenidos aquí hoy. Gracias. All right, fathers, we are here today for another live stream. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are in the house. Fathers, what we're going to be discussing today is cause and effect of fatherless daughters. Let me repeat that. Cause and effect of fatherless daughters. Think about that title, fathers. What is the cause and effect of a fatherless daughter? There's a lot of effects, fathers, when fathers are not a part of their daughters' lives. Birth to 18 years of age. There's an effect to that, fathers. And I have several videos, about 10 videos, anywhere between 2 to 6 minutes that I want to share with you today. And we want to take a look at the effect of what could happen to our baby girls if their fathers are not a part of their life. If they're not a part of their rearing, birth to 18 years of age, fathers. I am a grow dad of 4 adult daughters, 36, 30, 26, and 24. My daughters are all amazing women. They're adults, living their best lives on their own, professional, doing their thing. I was blessed to be in their life. I was blessed to be a part of their lives. I was blessed to be able to raise them, birth to 18 years of age, fathers. You know, fathers, when we talk about the cause and effect of fatherless daughters, that's a lot. There's a lot that we actually do not think about in the impact that we have directly with the rearing of our daughters. What I can tell you is this, fathers, being a grow dad of 4 adult daughters, I've been through every stage of development with them, birth to 10, 11 to 13, and 14 to 18 years of age. Each stage had its own challenges. Every stage had its rewards, though. They were all amazing stages of development. Learned a lot raising my baby girls. Very grateful, very thankful that I was able to put in them the good in life. I was able to raise my baby girls, helping them understand to love themselves on the inside. I was there to help them with their self-esteem, went through their puberty with them, answered all their why questions, and just being a part of their daily life in validation. Yes, fathers, we have to validate our daughters daily, weekly, monthly. That's what we have to do, fathers, because there's a cause and there's an effect when fathers are not a part of their daughters' lives. And most of the times, the effect if fathers are not present, birth to 18 years of age, are not going to be good. I worked in the criminal justice system for 20 years, fathers of daughters. I am a former state of Colorado juvenile probation officer. I've been a certified paralegal since 1984. That was my job when I was in the United States Marine Corps. I was a paralegal. I also worked in K-12 education for 10 years. I'm a former teacher, restorative justice coordinator, and dean of students, fathers. So I have a very unique background of working with children and their families from all socioeconomic backgrounds for 30 years, different religions. So when we talk about cause and effect, fathers, it could be huge, right? The videos that we're going to cover today, fathers, they're going to be talking about the cause and the effects of what could happen to our baby girls if we're not a part of their lives. This here, fathers, we have to take very, very seriously. We have to be very, very intentional with our baby girls, because if we are not intentional with them, the world is waiting for them. The world is waiting to take advantage of them, fathers. The world is waiting to hurt them, harm them, turn them out. That's what the world is doing to our baby girls, fathers. So it's critical, as fathers of daughters, that we be a part of their lives. birth to 18 years of age. Because if we're not consistent, things can happen to them. A lot of bad things can happen to them, fathers. So with that being said, fathers, I want to get into these videos. What I need from you, fathers, today is I need you to be attentive. I need you to have an open mind. I need you to have open hearts. I need you to be objective when you look at these videos, right? I need you to process. Because what Grow Dad YouTube channel is all about is about education, information through instruction. That's how I get down. This is my way of giving back to all fathers. I'm at a totally different transition in my life. My daughters are grown, living their best lives, like I've already said. So this is my way of giving back to fathers because I want to help all fathers understand our sense of urgency in order to build long-term, sustainable relationships. I've written a book. It's self-published. It's called Daddy's Girls. It's available on Amazon.com. You can get it through my YouTube channel. And the reason I wrote my book, fathers, is like I said, I want to get back to fathers and I want to help them understand our sense of urgency. My book and videos are complementary of each other, fathers. So I would encourage you to purchase my book. Therefore, it will make you understand why my videos matter as well. They're complementary of each other, fathers of daughters, Grow Dads. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get into these videos, fathers. And this is going to be a good live stream today, okay? All of my live streams are good. All videos are always in the description of each of my live streams. They are all available. So feel free to always do your own research, fathers. I encourage you to always do your own research, okay? It's important. YouTube is a very good source to do research, excuse me. Okay, it's a great resource to do research. When I'm researching my live streams to present to fathers, I go through many videos, many videos. I look at all videos a couple of times because I want to make sure what I am presenting is on point, it is factual, and it's as current as we can possibly be. Okay, fathers? So this is how I get down. This is what I give back to the community of fathers that are out there, Grow Dads. And I enjoy what I do, fathers. Okay? So with that being said, fathers, let's go ahead and let's check out these videos. Let's get into them. The first two videos I'm going to do back to back, and then I'll come back and I will give my commentary on those first two videos. And then we'll do them in sequence of that. Okay, fathers? All right, fathers, welcome.
When a child enters foster care, that child has likely experienced instability, causing a disruption in brain development. Foster care may further add to the damage, especially in children who are moved from family to family.
Do I think, as scientists say, that multiple foster placements affect the brain chemistry? Yeah, 100%, definitely. I know when I think about like where I am in life compared to my friends around the same age who grew up with semi-normal families or more normal than multiple houses, there's definitely just some emotional differences and some just overall like mentality differences on life, where we want to be, where we want to go.
There is still debate among scientists on how much damage is coming from abuse and neglect or multiple placements. But researchers say forcing a child to endure those placements can disrupt the neural connections in their frontal lobes. Most affected, researchers say, are the brain's prefrontal cortex and the HPA axis. The prefrontal cortex manages a person's inhibitory controls. It manages self-control, basically the ability to make good choices and holding back from making bad ones. Difficulty with inhibitory controls can lead to school failure, discipline issues, and often causes a child to be moved to another family.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've gone through multiple counselors. I've been given multiple diagnoses, depression, anxiety. All kinds of different things. I have gotten to the point where I've accepted them, but I try not to let that necessarily define me. Like, sometimes it's hard. I feel like for me, the anxiety is worse. I go through those phases of depression, but I feel like the anxiety is worse, and I can easily let that just take over and almost blame or use it to blame it on why I'm doing something.
Researchers have also found differences in the way foster kids handle stress. An area known as the HPA axis is responsible for regulating the hormone cortisol to handle stressful situations. In a normal cycle, when you wake up, your body will have a high level of cortisol. The process starts off with the hypothalamus sending a signal to the pituitary gland. Then the pituitary gland sends its signal through the body to the adrenal glands, where it releases cortisol to the rest of the body to get ready for the day. By bedtime, cortisol levels will drop close to zero. Foster kids who have endured repeated trauma have their HPA axes thrown off kilter. Their bodies were in constant stress levels that pushed their HPA axis too hard and too fast. The result is a downshift in cortisol. The cortisol levels become flat. When they wake up, it's low, and at bedtime, it's not low enough. In children, a dysregulated HPA system can lead to PTSD, anxiety, depression, and disruptive disorders. Foster care researchers believe there are ways to reverse the effects by providing foster kids with a safe, nurturing, permanent home.
Find them a place to stay until then. I'd rather get attached for a small period of time and understand what love and happiness is for a small period of time than repeatedly get ripped from something that I feel safe in.
Today's medical center. Today's medical-centric topic is understanding childhood behavior disorders, common types, and support strategies. Childhood behavior disorders are prevalent and can impact a child's social, emotional, and academic development. This article explores some of the most common behavior disorders in children, shedding light on their characteristics and potential strategies for support and intervention. 1. Behavior disorders in children. An overview. Childhood behavior disorders encompass a range of conditions characterized by persistent patterns of behavior that deviate from societal norms and expectations. 2. Common childhood behavior disorders. Some of the most prevalent behavior disorders in children include attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, marked by inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. ADHD can affect a child's ability to focus, follow instructions, and manage their impulses. Oppositional defiant disorder, ODD. Children with ODD display frequent defiance, hostility, and argumentativeness, often leading to conflicts with authority figures. Conduct disorder, CD. CD involves severe behavioral problems such as aggression, rule-breaking, and a lack of empathy for others. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD. ASD affects social interaction, communication, and behavior, often leading to difficulties in understanding social cues and forming relationships. 3. Recognizing symptoms. Identifying behavior disorders involves observing specific symptoms and behaviors, such as impulsivity, ADHD, persistent rule-breaking, CD, or social withdrawal, ASD. 4. Early intervention and support. Timely intervention is crucial in managing behavior disorders. Behavioral therapy. Evidence-based therapies like applied behavior analysis, ABA, can help children with ASD develop communication and social skills. Medication. In cases of ADHD, medications may be prescribed to manage symptoms when other interventions are insufficient. Parental training. Parents can learn effective strategies for managing behavior disorders and fostering positive behavior. 5. School-based support. Schools play a pivotal role in supporting children with behavior disorders through individualized education plans, IEPs, and accommodations that address their unique needs. 6. Community and social support. Engaging in support groups and community resources can provide parents and caregivers with valuable guidance and emotional support. 7. Promoting understanding and empathy. Fostering understanding and empathy in schools and communities can help reduce stigmatization and support children in their social interactions. 8. Conclusion. Childhood behavior disorders are challenging, but with early intervention, support, and understanding, children can learn to manage their symptoms and thrive in various aspects of their lives. Recognizing the signs, seeking professional help, and implementing appropriate interventions are vital steps in helping children with behavior disorders reach their full potential.
Thank you for watching our video. Please do not forget to like and share the video. Also, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated on our latest videos.
Okay, fathers. What are your thoughts on those first two videos, fathers? I want to start those off talking about the foster care system and behavioral problems, potential behavioral problems with our baby girls. And it's important. A lot of these kids that don't have their fathers in their lives, or little girls, could end up in foster care. Because it's, you know, when you have a single mother, a lot of times they have limited resources. And a lot of these children, those baby girls, can end up in foster care if the fathers are not a part of our baby girls' lives, birth to 18 years of age. That's just a reality, fathers. Also, you know, being a former state of Colorado juvenile probation officer, I had a lot of young girls that were placed in foster care on probation. And so many of these little girls have been sexually assaulted, moved around from foster care to foster care to foster care to home. And as the first young lady was explaining, you know, 9 foster care placements is just crazy for a child. That's unlimited trauma that she's going to have to deal with and work through for the rest of her life. So it's critical, fathers of daughters, that we have to be consistent in our baby girls' lives. Otherwise, the world's waiting for them, man. Saw a lot of ugliness in the criminal justice system. Saw a lot of ugliness in the criminal justice system. Saw a lot of ugliness when I worked in K-12 education as well. So, fathers, we have a huge responsibility on our plate, and we have to make this happen. Because if we do not provide protection and safety for our baby girls, so many things can happen to them. And it falls on us, fathers. We don't get to blame their mothers. It falls on us, okay? So we have to make sure that we're diligent, and we're learning as we go, fathers of daughters, girl dads. We're learning as we go. We're never going to have all the answers. You know, it took me years with my baby girls, but I got it right. And you can get it right as well. And it begins with birth to 18 years of age, our consistency in their lives, providing that protection and safety in their lives. Protection and safety comes from the fathers, not the mothers. Mothers are nurturers. Okay, fathers? All right, let's get this next video set up. Next videos, they're going to probably be about 3 or 4 back to back to back.
called
Okay, fathers, this next video I'm going to start you off with is talking about youth homelessness. Youth who are homeless and youth homelessness. Fathers.
the poem is called Write Sooner.
Writing is one way Selena Gonzalez shares her story.
Lessons to be learned, ways to better observe.
A story that includes half her childhood being in and out of foster care.
The system is not, it's no fun, it's no joke. When you're in the system, you're very lonely. I was separated from my brother.
When she was 16, she was homeless for a few months, staying at friends' houses and living out of her car, even coming here to Kubota Garden.
I would spend a lot of time out here, sometimes overnight, unfortunately.
But now she's reconnected with her family and found stability. She's even working with the state's Office of Homeless Youth to help others.
I'm just so blessed and fortunate to be able to use my experience, that people are actually there to listen to what I have to say, what I went through, that it means something to somebody.
Kim Justice is the director of the office.
We work with young people to shape those decisions.
The office just received $5 million to help kids in 11 counties, which Kim said was needed, although people may not always realize it.
It can take the form of couch surfing or sleeping in a car. It's not necessarily as visible as other types of homelessness.
This federal grant will go towards more rural counties, including Thurston, Kitsap, and Chelan.
The rate or the share of the population experiencing homelessness is virtually the same in rural and urban communities. I think that often surprises people too.
But it's a problem Kim and Selena want to help fix.
Abundant ways to succeed. The only thing I regret is why I didn't write sooner.
So young people who are homeless know they have resources and a future.
For that child who's in there alone and you feel like you don't know where you're going to go, how you're going to get there, I want you to know that just keep pushing, keep going.
One improvement that has been made in Washington is a decrease in the number of youth who become homeless after exiting public systems like foster care or the criminal legal system. Back in 2016, 21% of youth exiting those systems ended up homeless. In 2020, that decreased to 17%. Reporting in Seattle, Connor Board, King 5 News.
Today I'm gonna write a sad song, gonna make it really long, so that everyone can see that I'm very unhappy. I wish I wasn't always wrong, I wish it wasn't always my fault. The finger that you're pointing has knocked me on my knees, and all you need to know is I'm so sorry. It's not like me, it's maturity that I'm lacking. So don't let me go, just to let me know that growing up goes slow.
Positively Jax, the Dolores Barr Weaver Policy Center, has served more than 2,600 girls since it opened nearly a decade ago. It works to improve the outcomes of girls involved in the juvenile justice system. Today, the community is celebrating that mission. News4Jax reporter Brianna Andrews is joining us now live. And Brianna, See the Girl Day is an opportunity to raise some money and also some awareness.
Absolutely. See the Girl Day is a big deal in our community. We know several businesses are participating in it. We saw Florida Blue lighting up its building in its colors, purple and green, to show support of the organization. But today is really a day for the entire community to show support for its girls. Every September 13th, the community celebrates See the Girl Day. Stacey Ellison, the Vice President of Development and Communications, says the name alone carries a special meaning.
See the Girl is our motto and the guiding light of all the work we do. For us, it means to see the girl for her true potential, not her present circumstances.
What makes this day even more special is that it is Dolores Barr Weaver's birthday. You might know her as the wife of the Jaguars' former owner, but she was the group's original benefactor. Thanks to Mrs. Weaver, the nonprofit is able to prevent girls' initial or deeper involvement in the justice system by addressing root causes.
Listen, no one should be defined by the worst day of their life. No one should be defined by the mistakes that they make. We've all made them. We're not against accountability. What we are for is changing what accountability looks like.
All day long, the nonprofit is raising awareness and collecting proceeds to continue its work in the community. In show of support, Vagabond Coffee in Murray Hill is donating latte proceeds to the center. And Lights on the Laura, the Florida building, and Wolfson's Children's Hospital.
The Policy Center serves girls who are often overlooked in our community. Girls in foster care, survivors of human trafficking, girls from underserved communities, Black and brown girls. And to know that our community is willing to stand with us means everything.
Making it clear that a girl's past and present do not define her future. And if you would like to donate to the Dolores Barr Weaver Policy Center, just visit seethegirls.org. Reporting live, Brianna Andrews, Channel 4, the local station.
New research shows young Black girls are more often let down by education and juvenile justice systems here in Florida. A study led by the Dolores Barr Weaver Policy Center shows Black girls account for half of the girls suspended from Florida schools. And over the last 5 years, 1/4 of Black girls eligible for a civil citation in school were arrested instead. To take a closer look at how this affects these children, long-term president and CEO of the Dolores Barr Weaver Policy Center, Vicki Basra, and the lead researcher on this project, Dr. Vanessa Patino. Lydia, joining me this morning. Thanks you guys so much, and thank you for all you do.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
So first off, for anybody who's not aware of what the Dolores Barr Weaver Policy Center is, explain a little bit about the organization.
So the Policy Center was founded in 2012 by Dr. LaWanda Rivera, and its real focus is to really look deeper at the policies and practices in the community that impact girls and young women and those that identify as female, that push them deeper into the juvenile justice system, and really work with the community, individuals, organizations to try to address those policies, practice legislative policies to change what's happening for girls for the better.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about this study, because the numbers are just staggering. In Florida, 36% of Black girls in middle and high school do not feel safe at school, compared to the statewide average of 29% of all girls. That's a huge discrepancy.
Yes, it is. And actually in Duval County, it's about 50% of Black girls who don't feel safe in school. We set out to really look at these trends, because we've been seeing that Black girls are overrepresented in the juvenile justice system for the last, since the juvenile justice system was formed in 1994 here in Florida. And we really wanted to back up and understand, what is contributing to those numbers? And we absolutely found that school is a major entry point into the juvenile justice system for girls. Right now, Black girls, in Florida represent 1 in 5 of girls, but they represent half of the girls pretty much across every point in the juvenile justice system.
So how is this study conducted? How do we find these numbers? Do we just go out and talk to real girls?
So actually, this is a secondary data set analysis. We pulled data from Department of Juvenile Justice, data sets looking at civil citation data, looking at the delinquency profile data from arrest to number of probation, number of incarcerated. We also looked at the Civil Rights U.S. Department for the suspension data that Florida reports. Unfortunately, Department of Education in Florida does not report suspension data publicly by race, ethnicity within gender. So it is hard to monitor that data on a regular basis.
Let's take a look at another stat found from this study. Taking a closer look at Duval County Black girls, they make up 43% of the general population, but they make up 67% of total arrests. The question goes to either of you. What does that mean? What do we do with that information? What is next?
I think at this point, it's really, really important for us to recognize what are the adult responses that are pushing girls, Black girls specifically, deeper into the juvenile justice system. And how do we do our work differently? How do we respond to girls differently? I think in Duval County, we have seen an increase in the use of civil citations, and that has really impacted our community in a positive way and reduced the number of girls overall being arrested and pushed deeper into the system. But I think we still have more work to do. We have to understand that Black girls have different lived experiences than other girls in the community. And so how do we build responses, whether through our mental health services in schools, whether through training the professionals that are providing services to girls, so that we are responding in a way that we understand adolescent brain development, we understand what adolescents need, we understand our own biases. I think one of the things that really came up in this research was the adultification of Black girls and how we tend to look at Black girls and see them as older than what they are, their actual age. And as a result of that, our response to their behaviors also then shifts, and we expect different behaviors from them. And so I think there's an opportunity here to increase training, to change some policies, and to look at how we're doing our work right now.
All right, to both of you, thank you so much.
All new tonight at 5:30, kids in crisis. It is a complicated world your teen is trying to navigate. We all know that. From vaping to drinking to drugs, sex, and depression.
Yeah, it's a very complicated world for them and for parents. NBC Charlotte's Sarah French, she's been digging into some of these issues. You're now here with what you've learned.
Yeah, Bill, you have teenagers, so really scary when you talk to some of these people about what kids are going through. So you try to talk to your kids all about the dangers that are out there, but there are some things your teens just won't tell you. So we gathered 3 local therapists to reveal exactly what's going on in your child's mind.
Is it common for teens to hide things from their parents, even if they have a really great relationship?
Yes. And sometimes it is rooted in, I don't want to disappoint you.
My conversation with 3 respected teen therapists was an eye-opener. While parents may be most worried about kids experimenting with pot, one study shows alcohol is the drug of choice for teens.
But if they want it badly enough, they're going to find it. That's not saying there shouldn't be good rules in place, but it's the age of accessibility.
I think it's also, what is your child searching for, right? Like, are they searching for an escape and that's why they're doing something? Are they like, oh, everybody else is doing it, so I'm doing something and I want to fit in?
Fitting in can be dangerous. The CDC says 1 in 5 high school teens are now using e-cigarettes, vapes, or Juuls as they're called. And they're often diagnosed to look like pens or USB flash drives.
And so if you don't know that vaping is going on in high schools, then you're out of the loop.
Don't let the smell of mint and mango fool you. One vaping pod can contain as much nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
I find that most teens I meet with would be willing to tell their parents almost everything if they felt it was a safe environment.
Well, if a child does bring up to their parents sexual activity or smoking or drinking, that's going to be, I can only imagine as a parent, I mean, I have toddlers right now, but if they said something like that to me, how do you not freak out as a parent?
Parents are so nervous and scared to even approach their child about certain topics. And so it's really important to manage that, your own anxiety.
Look for those moments to where when they share and you catch yourself about to jump on them, just let them speak.
All these things come out, these kids very young, they have to deal with these very grown-up issues. And so they need us to be grown-ups and to be able to enter these dialogues with them.
So some good insight as well. Don't exaggerate points when you're talking to your kids because they're just going to go and Google it anyway. And tonight we expand on this in our Kids in Crisis. We're tackling depression and suicide in teens and the warning signs you can look out for. So that's all tonight at 11, guys. But I ended up talking to these therapists for almost an hour. That's why we broke it up into this 3-part series, which is all on our website, because I was so fascinated as a parent in what they had to say and what kids are talking to them about.
And
it made me really nervous.
There's no playbook. There's no handbook.
Every child is different.
Every child is different. You just have to know what works right for your kids in your house.
Yeah.
The way you parent, you do the best you can.
And they said, parents are scared. They don't want to tell the kids mistakes that they made, but they said that's the best thing you can do is be open and real with your kids. So I learned a lot from this.
Yeah.
Advice later on for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Get ready.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Right.
Whether it's a talk whether it's a talk about drugs, sex, or mental health, having difficult conversations with preteens and teenagers can be hard. But experts say connecting with kids in this age group can really help guide them toward making responsible decisions and reduce certain health risks. Mandy Gaither has some ideas on how to get teens to open up about these tough topics.
We're all busy and have to contend with modern day technologies, but staying connected with children is one of the best things a parent can do.
I have 3 teenage girls, and it is the best part of my life. But I also know how hard it can be sometimes to get kids to talk about their feelings.
A recent CDC survey found nearly 77% of parents believe their teens always have the social and emotional support they need, but only 28% of teens agreed with that.
Close emotional relationships between parents and teens are associated with all kinds of long-term benefits. Improved mental and general health. Less dangerous behavior like substance abuse.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta says there are prompts to help get preteens and teens to open up.
Maybe ask teens for their internal weather report or what weather pattern best reflects how they feel at the time. You can also ask them what song or movie describes their mood. Maybe ask about the high and low points of their day.
When connecting with teens, the CDC says to also engage in active listening. Find out more about what they like and why, and be the person they trust and want to come to when they need an adult.
The goal here is to build a safe and supportive space where people can be vulnerable. So do respect any boundaries and be patient.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The CDC says if you have concerns about your kids' emotional well-being, their behavior, or just overall mental health, make sure you reach out to a healthcare provider.
Okay, fathers, that's a lot of information. We're visual human beings. So being able to have videos to share with fathers of daughters, girl dads is such a blessing, because you can watch them over and over and over again. As you can see, fathers of daughters, we have a lot on our plates. In my book, Daddy's Girls, when I'm speaking about the first stage of development with our baby girls, birth to 10 years of age, I'm very specific and I'm very intentional. We have to get it right, birth to 10 years of age fathers, because a lot of these issues that come up with our children is because we are not connected to them. With our baby girls, we are not connected with them. Okay? The behavior problems that come up, ADHD and all of that, I've dealt with all of that when I was a probation officer. I dealt with all of that when I was in K-12 education. And a lot of fathers, they're just disconnected. They weren't consistent in their daughters' lives. So a lot of these issues that manifested could have been avoided had the father been there, had he been a part of the rearing of his baby girls. So like I said, fathers, always feel free to do your own research. I challenge you to. Okay? Because there's a lot of great research out there. And you would be amazed at what you come across. And feel free to share all of my videos, my live streams with fathers of daughters, girl dads. They're free. So I would take advantage of them. You have a free YouTube channel that is helping fathers of daughters, because I've been through every stage of development. Okay, fathers, we have 2 more videos. And the next 2 videos I'm going to share with you are going to show you 2 young ladies who are prostitutes. They started out prostitution as teenagers. And this is the cause and effect of what could happen to our baby girls if fathers are not a part of their lives. This is the cause. This is the effect. Teen prostitution. Ending up on the pole, dancing in gentlemen's club in front of grown-ass men naked. Okay, fathers, we have 2 more videos. Then I will wrap up this live stream.
All right, Sky.
Hi.
Sky, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
Riverside, Moreno Valley.
Tell me about your family growing up.
Well, my family is like white. So like, my mom was kind of strict, like growing up and stuff.
Your mom was what?
Strict growing up. Yeah. She don't like what I do. But and then my grandparents, they don't like what I do, but like I'm like a grandpa's girl, so like my grandpa still loves me and shit. But yeah.
Let's go back to your childhood. How would you describe your childhood?
It's pretty good. I mean, it was good. My mom was a good mom.
No abuse, nothing like that?
Yeah, but like from like mom's boyfriends and stuff. But like it wasn't bad. Like it was not bad. I made the most of it.
What kind of girl were you in high school?
I was popular. Like I had a lot of friends. Everybody liked me.
How old are you now?
21.
21. How long have you been doing this kind of work?
3 years. Going on for like 3.5.
How'd you get into it?
My homegirl, actually. We started off in like poker games and like online and at the strip club. Yeah.
Now you're on Figueroa Street.
Yeah. But it's not bad.
Are you doing this with a dude or on your own?
No, by myself.
You're by yourself?
Yeah.
That's hard to do on Fig, right?
Kind of, but like you just have to know the places like to be, and you can't act like you're alone.
You have to act like you have a pimp.
Act like you have somebody.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Do you have kids?
Yes, I have one.
You have one.
Yeah.
And where is he or she?
With my baby daddy's mom,
And that's where?
Glendale.
I'm sorry?
Glendale.
Glendale? Okay. So where do you live now?
Inglewood,
You have an apartment?
Gardena. No, I live in like with like my peoples, but like in a back house. Like I rent like
So
a back house.
you're staying with family or something?
Something like that.
Okay.
Not blood, but family. Yeah.
And tell me about working the streets. Is that what are the ups and downsides of that?
I mean, there's downsides. You know, it's not the safest thing in the world.
Have you had things happen to you?
Yeah, I have. But like, I've learned from them, and I know like what things to avoid and what stuff not to do.
It doesn't scare you away from doing it?
No. I mean, there's been times where I was kind of scared, like for a few days, you know, like I was scared, like a lot of people that shouldn't have scared me. I'd be like, oh, I don't know, just because of the incident. But besides that, no, not really.
Tell me about your typical customer down there on Fig. Is it most of them are Mexican?
Yeah. Yeah, most of them are Mexican. Lately, I've been getting more white dudes.
Yeah. And you guys will go off to a hotel? Motel?
Sometimes car dates. If they have like more money, then I'll do a room.
And you are drugs a part of your life or no?
They used to be.
They used to be.
Yeah. But not no more.
What did you used to use?
Like the M30s, like the pills.
So that means fentanyl.
Yeah.
If they're on the street. And you'll work what hours typically?
Like I'm more used to working like night shift because I like sleeping during the day because it's hot outside for me. But I'm also anemic, so like the nights I be cold. So like I'll split it up between like daytime and nighttime.
How much money will you make in a day?
Typically like 1,000.
1,000 a day.
Sometimes less if it's slow, but
Yeah, but that's pretty good money for somebody that's not giving it away to a pimp and not spending it on drugs.
yeah. I mean, I buy weed and stuff.
And what do you do with your money?
Well, I put some away for my son, and then I'm trying to like start my business and stuff. So,
What business are you looking to start?
I went to school for cosmetology, so like I'm trying to start my laundry business and my nail business.
You're thinking of your future.
Yeah, I'm trying to like invest in assets, like selling dogs or buying cars and selling them, or buying houses, flipping them. I'm trying to do real estate.
Are you thinking of romantic relationships now, or when you're doing this kind of work, you just put that aside?
No, not really.
It's hard to have a relationship while you do this kind of work, I would think.
Yeah, I don't really like want one. I don't look for that.
What have you learned about men from doing this kind of work?
There's good ones, but there's also bad ones. But it's a whole part of the game. That's why it's called the game.
Was there something else you wanted to do with your life?
When I was younger, I wanted to be a dentist, but like, you know.
How did this become your main way of? Was it because you had a child?
that, and like because like my family kicked me out and stuff, and like I was the middle child, so I was like kind of like, you know, like not the forgotten one, but like I felt like my family didn't like me type stuff. So like I don't know, but I got kicked out when I was like 17.
Are you the black sheep of your family?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. And your family knows you're doing this?
Yeah. Well, not really. Like my mom, she knows, but like she's not cool with it. Like there's been times where we've been in a restaurant. My mom's like, "You fuck old men for money?" Loud, but like try to embarrass me. But like she knows, like I'm doing it to survive, and I'm doing good. I'm not doing bad. So, but like now my family thinks I'm a stripper, like, cause I don't want them to think that, like, yeah. Cause my mom's seen a video of me on fake.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was like, "Why are you out there?"
Is this a lonely lifestyle for you?
Not really. No.
No.
I get to have fun, travel.
You travel sometimes?
Mhm.
Where will you go?
Seattle. Been to New York. Miami.
For work?
Mhm.
For this kind of work?
Oregon. Arizona. Vegas.
Why do you travel? As opposed to just staying on
Because
in LA?
who wants to stay on fake their whole life? I'm trying to do something more than that.
What does this kind of work do to your self-esteem when you have all these guys like driving by telling you you're beautiful, I'm sure, and
I mean, I already have high self-esteem. I'm not like I love myself, so
you're pretty confident?
yeah, I'm
Naturally?
confident.
What is the hardest part of this lifestyle for you?
Having to have sex every day. Yeah. But you don't really have to every day if you know how to use your mouth. But like, but you do, like, at the same time.
What would you say is the most misunderstood thing about girls that do this kind of work?
Well, some people think we're just like toys, but also like people on the outside that aren't on the inside, like they see bad in it, but like it's really not that bad. Like most of these girls, they're not like forced to do nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Not every girl's been trafficked and all that.
Yeah, and most of them aren't. Most of them do it by choice. So.
You think you're addicted to the fast money now?
Yes. Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for you to put down $1,000 a day.
I don't think
Lifestyle.
I'm not going to. I'm trying to get rich.
Do you have friends?
No.
No.
I don't talk to females. Like, I'm not really like, I don't really have no homegirls.
What advice would you give to a girl who's thinking about doing this kind of work?
Just be wise on what you're doing, and like always think before you do something, because your actions could get you in trouble.
Were there mistakes you made early on getting into this game?
Yeah,
Like what kind of mistakes did you make?
like just stuff that I shouldn't have done, because I could have been a lot farther than I am now.
Are there guys who will try to pick you up and you'll just walk away or avoid the interaction?
Well, yeah, like I could feel something in my stomach if someone's not right. Like I won't do it if I have any like gut feeling. But other than that, I'll do it. But like I've had some situations where it backfired on me, but for the most part, I've been pretty safe.
Sky, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in your life?
To stay humble and to not let the worst bring you down, because sun's always gonna shine again. There's always a tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
Make sure. Right?
All right, Sky, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Mm-hmm.
Be safe out there.
Yep.
Thank you. And your name is?
Sweet Fantasies.
Sweet Fantasy.
Yes.
Fantasy. Where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I grew up out here in Los Angeles, Watts.
Tell me about your mom and dad.
Mom and dad, they raised me. They raised me had a good childhood, good life. But it's like, once my dad passed, it's like my mom, she didn't want me. So it's like I just up and left, started walking the track, started doing me.
So your parents, is your biological parents?
Yes.
I thought you told me you were in the foster system.
I am. She didn't want me. She put me in the system.
What age did you go to the system?
14.
14.
Yes.
When you say she didn't want you?
She didn't. Me and her, we used to bump heads a lot after my dad passed. We just didn't see eye to eye, and she just called DCFS on me, and she told them come get me. And it's just been that. Been in the system.
So how old are you now?
I'm 17.
17.
Yes.
And you're working the streets. How long have you been doing that?
Since I've been put in the system, so since about 14.
Really? Who told you that was a way for you to make money?
Shit, me, it's been the easiest way. I'm from the projects. I've been busting this cooch cat open. Might as well get some money for it. Shit.
So you knew this was
yeah,
an
I knew it
option
was
for
a
you.
thing, yeah.
And this was South Central you grew up in?
Mm-hmm.
You have a pimp that introduced you to this?
No, I do not have a pimp. I do not have a pimp. It's
You
just
do this on
me.
your own?
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yes,
You,
it's
you
been
talk
easier
and
this
look like
way.
you're older than 17.
Yeah, well, when you've been on a track for some time, you get experience. Like, you get used to shit. Like, you know what comes with it. It get easier over time. It get easier over time.
Where do you stay at night? Where do you sleep?
I stay with my sister.
Your sister?
Yeah.
She's older?
Yes.
What does she think of you doing this?
She just want me to be safe, honestly. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, she know I'm gonna do what I do. And anything anybody have to say, I really don't give a fuck about, because ain't nobody really putting no money in my pocket. So, yeah, I just do me. But she just want me to be safe.
Did she try to talk you out of it or anything like that?
Sometimes she tell me, like, I could do better and get a job, start looking for jobs and stuff. But a job paycheck I can make in a day. So I don't really be going for it.
Tell me about the foster system.
The foster system is cool or whatever, but it's like you just don't want to be there. Like, it'd be too much weird janky shit going on. Like, bitches touch your shit, and as soon as like you react or something, or like you whoop a bitch ass for touching your stuff, you get kicked out the group home. And I got kicked out cool 6 group homes. I'm not fucking with it. $25 allowance. What is that gonna do for me? A blunt, some weed. So I just left. And started doing
Are drugs
me.
a part of your life at all?
Yes, I smoke weed. That's it.
That's it. Do guys like pimps approach you when you're out there on Figure?
Yes, they pop they shit, but it's like it's nothing I don't want to hear. I just turn my music up and continue by my night.
And the guys that pick you up are mostly Mexican, I would assume?
Mexican, black, any race. I honestly date any race. I don't have any.
You'll date black guys too?
Yes, I date black guys too.
You don't have problems with these guys?
Mm-mm.
You're one of the few that's told me that.
Yeah, some girls, they feel like that's like kind of dangerous, but it's like they be like kind of stereotyping. They feel like just because like if they get robbed or something by a black guy, like all black guys are gonna do that. I got robbed by a Hispanic man. I still date a Hispanic man. Like it doesn't make sense. You just can't put that title on everybody.
You seem to have a stronger attitude, perhaps, that
Yeah.
no one's really going to get to you. I used to do Google searches for my own name, and I was always really disturbed what I'd find. Seeing my personal information out there for anyone to grab, it's just uncomfortable. That's why I've started using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura not only shows me which data brokers are peddling my info, but also takes action by sending opt-out requests on my behalf. Data brokers are making a fortune by selling our personal information to anyone willing to pay for it. It's not just harmless information and marketing stuff. They're selling everything from your email, home address, to your health records, even details about your relatives. Cleaning up my digital footprint isn't just avoiding scam emails. It's about protecting myself from potential hackers who could exploit that information and wreak havoc on my life. From antivirus protection to VPN and password management, Aura's got it all covered. It's like having a digital security guard on duty 24/7. I'm too busy to deal with this stuff, but with Aura, I can go about my day knowing that my privacy is being safeguarded, leaving me free to focus on what really matters. So if you value your privacy as much as I do, go to aura.com/soft white underbelly to start your 14-day free trial. The link is in the video description box below. And now back to the video.
Pretty much, like, I've been doing this shit for a while now. I've been thugging on my own. So it's like, you gotta have some sort of same mentality so you could, like, work through this shit. Because this shit is not a joke. This shit is not a joke.
It's a dangerous job.
It is. It really is.
You've had things like that happen to you? Like getting robbed?
I got robbed by a Hispanic man. I got stabbed in my ass on the blade. All types of stuff. All types of shit didn't happen. But it's like, shit, I'm still here. I just look at it as a lesson learned on what to do and what not to do.
How often are you out there every day, every night working?
Yeah, I work daytime, so I don't really like playing nighttime and be cold.
And how many guys will you pick up in a day?
Depends on the day. It honestly depends on the day and how they feeling, how they papers looking, how they checks looking. Really though.
But on average, it's what?
Cool, 8 to 10.
8 to 10 guys a night.
Mm-hmm.
And how many days a week?
Shit, pretty much 7 unless I'm going out with friends or something.
60, 70 guys a week.
Pretty much, yeah. Coochie's still tight though.
And you've been doing this how many years?
Since I was 14, so 3.
Your body count's got to be high.
Mm-hmm.
What's the upside and downside of that?
The upside, my coochie cat's still tight. The downside, it's not really no downside. I get paid for what I do. Bitches lay on their back for free and don't get nothing but a 4 for 4 from Wendy's.
Do you still believe in love?
Later on in life. Later on in life.
I think you'll be you're gonna have hustler in your blood so thick that it's not gonna be easy for you to break out. Are you addicted to this lifestyle now?
I'm addicted to the money.
That's what I mean.
I'm addicted to the money, but the lifestyle come with it, so it's 50-50. So yeah.
Do you have friends?
I have some HPs. I don't like all the bitches on the blade. They be weird.
The cops leave you alone?
If I move fast enough, yeah. They come and I turn around, I walk away fast enough, yeah. They leave me alone. Other than that, I'll be straight.
And do you trust men now? Most of these guys are probably cheating on their wives or girlfriends.
That don't got nothing to do with me. As long as I get my payment, you can do what you do on your own time, boo. That's something you and your wife need to take up.
What's your ideal trick? It's just a guy who comes in, you do a quick car date, and you're done. You get your money.
My ideal trick is that, but somebody becoming a regular and that wants to like continue to see me and continue to spend the money on me. Yeah.
Do you have regulars?
Yes, I do. I have a couple.
You're making good money then, right?
Yeah, I like being out there in the daytime.
Do you have a bank account?
No, I can't make. I have a Cash App. I don't have no bank account yet. I gotta wait till I turn 18 for me to open the.
Your Cash App is your bank account.
Yeah, pretty much. Be collecting on that motherfucker for dear life.
Your Cash App probably looks the exact opposite of mine. Mine money only flows out. Yours is a savings account.
Yeah.
What are your goals long term?
My goals. I do want to finish school and stuff. I want to be a toe tagger, a medical examiner. The
Really?
People, yes, the people that cut the bodies open and stuff. I want to do that real bad, real bad.
That's an interesting job.
A lot
goal.
of people say that. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that.
Where do you think you had that interest or fascination?
I don't know. Ever since I was young, like I wanted to be a nurse, but it's like me being me growing up, I don't like people. So I feel like me working with the dead would be best, and that's still in the medical field. So I feel like I could fuck with that.
What's been the roughest part of your life so far?
When I had
You're fighting with your mom?
when I had first got in the system, how everything had played out, it was unexpected.
Do you talk with your mom now at all?
Yeah, we talk, but I don't see her like that. I don't want to see her like that.
What does your mom do?
She worked, but she work in like a factory, like with the newspapers and stuff. That's what she do.
Is she trying to get you back?
No,
No?
not at all. We just had communicated over the years. She ain't trying to get me back.
She knows what you're doing?
Yes, it's never a secret. Whole family know. Told they ass, ain't nobody helping me. I'm gonna get my money regardless. That's just that.
It's you against the world.
Pretty much. Hard sometimes, but pretty much.
What are you afraid of? What do you worry about?
Heights and spiders.
What's that?
Heights and spiders. Heights and spiders.
Oh, heights and spiders.
That was my fears, but
Like any normal person.
like my fears, not actually doing what I want to do with my life.
How do you think working the track as a teenager is changing you or has changed you?
It changed because it opened my eyes to a lot of shit that actually goes on in the world that your parents might not talk to you about. Like, it's a lot of shit that happens on the track, like a lot of shit.
What kind of things, for example?
Like not to trust bitches, not to trust a lot of bitches on that track.
Not to trust bitches.
On my soul, not to trust a lot of bitches on that track. A lot of bitches are weirdos. Like, bitches that act like they your friends, they get close enough, they steal your money. Or they'll be sitting here telling people your business. Bitches are weirdos on the track. That's why you don't need to fuck with everybody that you meet on the track. That shit, they just weirdos. Shit, that's just that. That's the main one thing. Bitches out there on that track, they weird. They're very weird.
Do you have any regrets in your life? In your 17 years?
A couple.
What's your biggest regret?
When I was younger, around like 13, 12, I went to the homegirl Destiny house and I went to go see her, chill with her. I ended up getting raped when I went to her house. So that regret was going to that bitch house, thinking that bitch was my friend, and she set me up.
That was your first sexual experience?
That wasn't my first sexual experience, but that was the first time like I had got raped or a train ran on me. I was not. After that, that's when I was really like introduced to the track. That's when I really like started knowing about hoeing and all the bitches on Fig. And
So she set you up, and
after that, I was just buck wild.
it wasn't just one dude.
No, it was cool 6, 7. Yeah.
That's rough for a 12-year-old?
I was around that age. 12, 13, I was around that age.
And that wasn't your first experience. What was your first?
My first experience was with a guy that I did date. We had fucked, and that was that. But I was sucking a whole lot of dick in the projects. I sure was sucking a whole lot of dick in the projects. Mm-hmm.
How old were you?
I was 12, 13, around that age. I was sitting sucking a whole lot of wiener. A whole lot. So it's like people just thought like I was easy. I only had one body, but I sucked a whole lot of dick. So it's like, she kind of like, I called her. I told her I was going to come over and stuff. She said I could come. I told her I was going to get in the shower. So I guess in the meantime, I was getting in the shower and stuff. She invited people over there that we both knew. So when I got there, she told me to come through the back door. I went through the back door. I placed my weed and my blunts down on like the little counter thing that she had in the back. I placed it down and I heard people talking. So I had went in the living room and it was like 6, 7 people sitting there and I knew all the boys. So I wasn't tripping. So I rolled my blunt up, sat down on the couch, smoked. This is around the time I first started smoking. So it's like I'm laying on the couch, like I'm halfway unconscious. Like somebody grabbed one arm and somebody grabbed the other arm. And it's like they walked me up the stairs. And as they're walking me up the stairs, my head back like this. And they're like tilt forward. And I see her sitting on the couch just watching everything happen. They walked me upstairs. They did what they did. Later on down the line, one of the boys that had did what they did, like he followed me on Instagram.
These are guys you knew? These were guys you knew?
Yeah, later on down the line, he followed me on Instagram and stuff. And he texted me and we was talking about the whole situation. She was like, oh yeah, she set up like a fuck fest while you was upstairs doing that. She was downstairs sucking dick. I'm like, that's crazy. So after that, I just been buck wild shit out here really getting to it.
Things are crazy in the hood, aren't they?
Bitches ain't your friends for real.
What would you say fantasy is the most important lesson you've learned in all of this?
Keep your head up, get your money. Don't trust everybody. Pretty much it.
All right. Fantasy, thank you so much for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
I hope you find another way. That's all I can say. But this is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
Just showing people what's going on out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't condone it. I don't approve, but it's going on.
Yes, it is.
Make of it what you want. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, fathers. Fathers of daughters. Cause and effect of fatherless daughters. This live stream was needed and it was necessary because I need to wake fathers up, letting them know this is what could happen to our baby girls if we are not in their lives, birth to 18 years of age. The world is waiting for them and to take advantage of them. Point blank, period. That's what's going to happen, fathers. That's what's going to happen. All right, fathers, I appreciate you for being present today. Thank you for participating. Hopefully I was able to bring something to you through education, information, and instruction. Feel free, like I said, fathers, so always do your own research. Okay. I live stream once a week, fathers. And I'll be back next week, fathers. So kiss them babies, love them babies. Tell them you love them, show them you love them. All right, fathers. So, live stream's over. It was a good one today, fathers. And like I said, feel free, subscribe, share. Subscribe, share to my YouTube channel, and feel free to share my YouTube channel with any father that's out there. All right? Okay, mis amigos. La próxima semana, paz. I'm out. Till next week, fathers. This is Ephraim B. Martin. Peace.